real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Valerie Ligon Richardson says when she met the defendant, it was lust at first sight, and they had a lot of good times together. Valerie says she considered the defendant to be her boyfriend, but she's suing him today for a loan and basketball tickets. Defendant Danny Jones insists his relationship with Valerie was purely sexual, and he was never her boyfriend. Denny says Valerie often showered him with gifts, so he denies owing her for anything.
All right, ma'am, you're suing your former mate for $1,560.
I object.
Mm-hmm.
We was never mates.
What were you?
We was just friends.
Okay. You weren't associated at all romantically or intimately?
It was like a gift. It was like a give and it was like a give-receive type of relationship.
Give what?
Like she give me gifts, and you know, you can't get none without.
So you're a male prostitute?
I'm not a male prostitute.
I don't know. You're saying you get gifts and you give her sex?
Well, sometimes.
Okay. Are you a male prostitute sometimes? All right, now we got it. So you're a male prostitute?
I'm not a male prostitute.
I don't know. You're saying you get gifts and you give her sex?
Well, sometimes.
Okay. Are you a male prostitute sometimes?
Plaintiff Valerie Ligon Richardson says she dated the defendant, but he insists their relationship was nothing more than sex.
You're suing your sometime male prostitute. Let's hear from you first.
Okay, hi, Your Honor. Mr. Jones, I really adore him. The first time I met him, it was lust at first sight. We had a lot of good times together, and it was more than me buying things for him, because he did things for my children. I did things for his son.
What did he do for your children?
My daughter, she missed her bus for school. He would come, she would call him, she had his number, and he would pick her up, take her to school.
How did he know your children?
Because he's been to my house. He takes my kids, we ride together, we shop together. So I think it's a little more than him being a male prostitute.
Sounds like it to me, sir. Do you drive her children around?
Yes, if they need
What part of the game is that? I missed that.
you know.
Getting gifts for sex, but then you drive her too. The game has changed since my days. I understand.
Part of the game, you got to be friendly too.
Okay.
You know, part of the game, you got to be friendly.
No.
Not
necessarily.
Your Honor, I can't be smacking her around or nothing. You know.
No, but you don't have to drive her children either. That sounds like some special connection.
Exactly.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, in the beginning.
Unless you're a cab driver too.
No.
Well, you got many jobs. Prostitute by night, cab driver by day.
Well, I got to do it all, Your Honor. But Your Honor, seriously, just like Doyle would say, to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So up you got, I did something like that to her, and I said all I wanted was friendship, and friendship only.
She said you drove her kids around. And you all were intimate by your admission.
But I'm a kind-hearted person, Your Honor.
All right, but you say in exchange for gifts.
Yeah.
That's a kind-hearted prostitute.
It's like she begging for me.
Let's get to you. Let's see. You read what you want me to hear, sir.
Oh. I don't think it's right.
All right, so you want me to read it, though?
No, I want you to read it.
Hold off on that evidence. You give me some background.
He would drop his son off at my house. I would take his son and get him different things. You know, it was friends with benefits, but as far as I was concerned, he was my man. Whatever he thought of me, that was his thing.
Whoa, I object. Yeah. Wait, I object.
Did you allow her access to your children?
The only reason she has access...
I didn't ask you the only reason. Did she have access to your children?
No.
Your children never came over and met her?
Yes, he has.
Good enough. All right, let's move along. Okay. He's a male prostitute who brings his kids to work with him. Go ahead. All right. You're the one said the only relationship we have, she gives me gifts and in exchange, I give her sex. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, I met him in March of 2010. And he came into my school. We had a brief encounter for like a month and a half until one of my coworkers found out that I was seeing him. She said that that was her man, and she wanted to know if I had been intimate with him. And I told her yes, because he told me he was single. So she wanted me to describe body parts to her, and I said, well, you know, I'm not really concerned what his body looks like. Only thing I'm concerned is with his performance. And we left.
That's right. That's right. You paying for it. You want to make sure he can perform.
Make it count. Exactly.
Right. You say make it count. That's right.
So,
is this going to be a good investment? That's all you want to know.
So he told me to lose his number. Supposedly he told her to lose his number, and it was fine. So in January of 2010, I sent out text messages to all the contacts in my phone saying Happy New Year. He called back, he responded. He came by on the 4th of January. I showed him around my apartment. I said, you want to sit down and, get reacquainted, or do you want to do the nasty? He's like, no, let's do the nasty. So that's what we did, and I've been seeing him ever since.
All right, tell me about the loan. Well, before you do that, let me allow him to give further background, sir.
As far as her meeting my children, she never met my daughter. No. That's number one. Number two, the only reason she know my son is because my son goes to the school she serves at.
They came over the house for what?
No. And then she asked my son. I did not know my son went over her house to help her go.
Does your son live with you?
Yeah, my son lives with me.
How old is he?
14.
You don't know where your 14-year-old son is at all times, and you are the custodial parent. Gotcha. Go ahead.
All right. Now, she said she used to shower me with gifts. Here goes some of the pictures she showered with me. If she's suing for just that, she might as well sue for my motorcycle too.
Mm-hmm. So what's your point? She gives you gifts.
If she's suing for $1,000 in these basketball tickets, she might as well sue me for my motorcycle.
Why? Everything else I bought you was a gift.
It might be
and that was a gift, and this is a gift too.
This was a loan.
All right, and then the basketball tickets, we went to a basketball game last year.
She hasn't said what she's suing you for, sir.
Oh.
Let her tell me what loans she's suing you for. You're a good woman if you give your man gifts. If they misinterpret it as you're treating him as a prostitute, that's their issue. You're doing it believing that you're giving someone who you are really interested in and have a relationship with, you're giving them gifts, and that is not uncommon. Because most men get money, straight up money, in exchange for sex.
Oh, Your Honor.
Gigolos get cash right there on the dresser before they leave.
Your Honor.
They don't get sweatshirts. That ain't what's happening, doctor.
Your Honor.
Let me tell you, you're playing the game wrong. Now let me get back to her. Children never came over and met her.
Yes, he has.
Good enough. All right, let's move along. He's a male prostitute who brings his kids to work with him. Go ahead.
Plaintiff Valerie Ligon Richardson says she dated the defendant, but he insists their relationship was nothing more than sex.
Now tell me about these loans.
Okay. I loaned Denny. We went to the casino in February of 2012, and he gambled. I don't gamble. He has a problem with gambling. So he gambled, went back and forth to the ATM. On the way home, he says to me, I hope this is a week I get paid from the city, because, he had gambled, I guess, quite a bit of money.
Tell me the time he said, let me borrow, and then he said, I'll pay you back. That's what I'm looking to hear.
I said to him, well, Denny, I can loan you some money as long...
How much did you agree to loan him?
$1,000.
Okay, and when did he say he would repay it?
He never said when he would repay it.
When did you all break up?
Maybe a couple weeks ago.
Okay, now tell me about the tickets you're suing him for.
Okay, I gave him a list of games that were at the Madison Square Garden, and he picked out the Knicks versus Miami Heat, which those tickets were very expensive. So I bought the tickets from a scalper, and then when he wanted to break it up, he's like, well, take someone else. I said, well, Denny, who am I going to take? The tickets, they just went to waste. I burned the tickets. Yeah,
but did he ever agree to pay you for them?
No, he didn't.
So then how are they a loan if he didn't?
No, you're absolutely right.
Okay, well, let's scratch that.
Okay.
$1,000. Now, how often did you ask him for your money prior to breaking up?
Never.
Why?
Because he said not to call or text him anymore. So if I'm not going to call you or text you, then when am I going to get my money?
You didn't even have a date for
No, I
repayment.
didn't.
So that doesn't sound like a loan.
Right.
So what do you want to tell me about this $1,000 that she's referring
Okay,
to?
first of all, it was never a loan. And second of all,
Tell me how it occurred.
I was getting my porch redone. So she said, I said, right now is not the time for me to borrow. Well, she said borrow. Or loan. She gave me the money. She gave it to me at $500.
I want to hear the scenario. You stopped telling me the scenario.
Oh, the scenario.
Yeah.
I told her, well, I was running low on cash because I'm getting my roof.
Why did you feel the need to tell her that?
The porch done because she always wanted me to take her out. Okay. And I said at this time right now, Val, I can't take you out.
So there was a discussion about you going out.
Exactly.
I missed that part of the discussion.
Okay.
Let's try again.
Let me start from the beginning. I'm taking her to get some food. She keeps saying that I never take her out. I said, Val, I can't take you out right now because right now I'm getting my porch done. And I said, your brother posted I did it at a decent price. Now I got to pay $2,000 more. So how am I gonna take you out if I got to pay more money to get my porch done?
Okay.
And then she said, well, how much you need? I said, I don't need nothing because right now I cannot pay you back. I strictly said that. If she recalls that.
What did she say?
She said, well, I could loan you some money or I could give you some money. And I said, right now.
She said loan or give. You keep saying two different things.
She said loan or give. And then I said,
hold on. She said one or the other, sir.
She said she could loan me some money.
Your story is just so unreliable. Let me go back to her,
when
sir.
She said you could loan me some money.
You keep double talking. I'm not gonna let you keep double talking me. You don't even lie well. Now let's get to what you have there. You want to read to me?
That it was a loan, and I say this alone, and he says to me that he doesn't have it, and he told me he doesn't have it right now, not to call or text him. And I
Denny, I don't know what's going on with you. I paid $600 for those tickets. Are we still going? This is him. Right now, I think it's best we part ways, and please don't call me. At the moment, I'm already stressed out. Then plaintiff, when can I get my $1,000 I loaned you? Your response is, I don't have it. That's an implied acknowledgement that you owe her. So what else you want me to see here?
Nothing. On the next page, it just shows little intimate things that he would say to me.
He says, I need it bad.
What?
Oh, my God.
Plaintiff Valerie Ligon Richardson says she dated the defendant, but he insists their relationship was nothing more than sex.
Sir, did you want to read anything that I need to hear?
It says, what do you mean, Denny? I'm horny. Unless you come in on your break, I need to see you tonight. Baby, you like that? She likes chicks. I like, you know. Which she was, I don't know if she was trying to have a menage or not at that time. And while we in Chicago, it's like she texted me and then she said she bought me some Pumas. Where the Pumas at?
Not here. I didn't buy the Pumas. Like the Pumas came to New Haven.
No, you said.
I didn't say I bought you Pumas.
You said they're size 11.
Oh, I believe she buys you gifts. I believe she showered you with gifts. There's no question about it. I believe that, no question about it. However, I do believe this other was a loan. And I'm just playing with you on the male prostitute stuff. But when you say she gives me stuff, I give her sex, that's what you're saying. You're not saying you're a player. You're saying you're a prostitute. So change that up. Yeah. All right, good luck to you. Judgment for the plaintiff. Yes, sir.
Can you tell her about the core bead? We all set. We all set on that.
That's fine.
All right.
I have no problem with that.
Not even she pull out a couple dollars?
Nah.
Judgment for the plaintiff.
Nice to meet you, Your Honor. Nice to meet you.
You were a good friend. I hate to have to come to this, but you're a real